Hey everyone, welcome to Reverse Homesteading. It is a windy, cold morning. We had a spectacular sunrise, which was fantastic, but it's cold now and there's rain a-coming. I have my granddaughter over today, so I've been running around trying to fix up the yard a little bit from the wind and from whatever she may think she needs to do here, which may not be good for her. Just childproofing the garden just a little. I was reminded about tags on fruit trees, watching them go crazy in the wind. I thought, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I took them off the actual tree. Yeah, this one's a little close. I noticed it was whacking the tree. You don't have to keep the tags on. I might even take them off. Now I definitely know which one's which. Probably wouldn't forget, but good to keep something in your memory for sure. So, I might take those off this morning. My little blackberry's fallen down again. I only just put it up a few minutes ago. Anyway, going to do a video soon on these dragon fruit because they are not happy, but there are some that I can save. So I'll show you that in that video in the next week or so. And my little bulbs survived the night. The possums didn't get under the protection, which I'm pretty happy about. And this one I wanted to show you, the one I stepped on a couple of times. It's actually looking alright. I did wonder if I needed to cut it off, but I'm glad I didn't now. So giving it a bit of a water, it's a little bruised still, but it looks okay. So I'm happy about that. I'll just keep up with the weeding, and then once I think I've probably got everything that's going to come up. Oh look, this little tiny one here too. Yeah, once I think they're pretty much all up, I will mulch this bed and potentially even put some extra soil on there, potting mix soil, and do something with the weedy bits over there. I'll be so glad to get a garden shed. That's my garden shed if you haven't heard me say that before. Just little tubs stuck under the balcony. But I thought I would put this little table here so that when I drag the hose around, it's not going to clock these ones. I'm going to have to put up a proper fence today for that and the possums. And this little one, 25 cents. I was bummed. I actually had to pay for it on card. Well, I didn't have 25 cents on me, which is very sad. I saw it about a week ago. I did not buy this for the plant. Looks like somebody just ripped it out and plonked it back in, hoping nobody would notice. Anyway, I bought it for the pot. I don't know if you've heard me say before that tomato pots are hard to find in Australia. Sturdy ones like this, you just cannot buy this size. I don't know why. This was a strawberry pot, so I always keep those. But yes, if you know where you can get pots this size, please let me know, because they're really, really handy. So I'll chuck that soil too, because I don't know if it was the soil, but it doesn't need to be in my garden. So a little bit more on turmeric. We have our old and our new turmeric, and very dirty hands because I've been doing things already. I just planted out the other rhubarb. Hopefully it'll work out okay. And see these little growth nodes on the rhizome for the turmeric? They're things that are often cut off in the supermarket, perhaps so you can't grow your own, if I want to be cynical about it, but maybe they just don't want them to shoot in the supermarket. See, these have been cut off already or broken. So I'm going to leave these whole because they're not all that big. Turmeric's not all that big, so if I cut them up into individual pieces and allow them to dry out like you might for a potato, although I don't do that either, it could rot once it gets into the soil situation. So I'm just going to plant these as is because they've obviously dried off on that end there. But let's see what we had from last year. Well, last season really. We got here late summer, so I've sort of been rushing to get something grown. Just wanted to grow things. Sold our house. It took 8 months to sell our house in the tropics, so most of that time I really didn't have much garden to look after. So we'll see what happened here. Ooh, not all that much. It was over winter. I did have it in my bathroom just as a just as a bathroom plant really, so maybe we won't have too much turmeric. Oh, there's the original, you can see that there. Oh, it's rotted off, that's a shame. Oh, what a shame. Yeah, it doesn't really, it has not had babies. No, it's all, oh no, there's a new bit. Okay, that's not a huge harvest. Okay, so maybe it just wasn't hot enough for it to produce all that much. The rest of that is just soil that I can put in my soil pile. But it doesn't seem diseased or anything, it's just too old and it didn't produce much. But we do have this that's starting off, so perhaps we'll cut that top off and replant that. Replant this. What else is there? Okay. So, ooh, there's a snail in that pot. Get rid of that. And there is this. It's a little bit rotted there, but it might have just come off a rotted piece. So all is not lost. So that was in a bathroom that does not get a whole lot of light. Ended up having to put it near the back door because there wasn't enough light in the bathroom. Oh, there's another little root there. Maybe that's worth planting. Okay, so the rest is the original turmeric. So we will replant those and the other that I have now. I'm actually not going to use that soil. I was thinking of reusing it, but it's just so sodden and it's had the yucky stuff in there. So I'm going to have a whole new fresh batch here. Okay, so this is just cheap potting mix. Looks a bit old because it's got a bit of mould going on, but it should be fine. I've got some well-rotted cow manure, just things from the shop. And I'll just plant the new little ones. And I'll plant the other ones in a pot on their own, I think, so that I'll know which season is which. Put that in. It's a bit hydrophobic actually. It's only cheap potting mix. The water is going in. Not great. So I hope you're having fun in your garden. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.